Hi guys, hello, welcome to a home vlog. I'm so excited. It's my first day off since we've been back, like weekday day off. It was just kind of a bit of a chaotic time because we came back on a Wednesday evening and then I wanted to finish off the work week. Then Monday was a holiday, then I had to catch up Tuesday on work. Yeah, so we're taking a bit of like a midweek day off. This week has honestly been a little chaotic so far. Miss Lila girl got into things that she shouldn't be getting into, and we were on like high alert to make sure that her tummy was okay, like she didn't have an obstruction or anything. So it's been a very stressful week, but luckily she's fine. It has all passed through her. That's like the details I'm gonna give you guys. Let's just say I've been looking at a lot of dog poop this week, very closely. So I've just been really like stressed and on edge and emotional this week, and yeah, but she's doing great now. So that's all that matters. But hello, welcome to the vlog. As you guys saw, we spent a nice little morning outside, which was really nice. Honestly, the weather is perfect. I just feel like my soul has come to life. I was really hoping to set up my herb garden today with you guys, but it's not coming till Saturday, so I think I might start a new vlog for that. That was kind of like the whole premise of this vlog, was we were gonna do some gardening. But anyways, other things I want to do today, I have a little book haul for you guys. I actually got to work with Indigo on TikTok, which was like a total dream come true, like bucket list brand. And it felt really weird bringing like short form along for a book shopping vlog and not you guys. So I wanted to share the haul and just share some of the books that I picked up. They were really kind, like sent over a gift card and everything. It was just so sweet. So share that with you guys, and then I'll just share some book updates, some books that I've read recently, some books that I just started reading. Having some coffee and a rice cake right now. It's been like my favorite breakfast because I'm not really hungry first thing in the morning, but I'm trying to be good about having just something in my tummy before I have coffee. So I've been doing rice cake with peanut butter, banana, and then just like a little drizzle of like caramel honey. I'm like sweating and it's not even 9 a.m. so I'm gonna have to go change into a t-shirt soon. Just finished, well, you guys saw this morning, the newest season, or part 1 of the newest season of Bridgerton. Let me know down below what you guys think, but I wasn't a fan. I have read all the books and that was my least favorite book too. Like I just didn't feel like I really clicked with Penelope and Colin. I didn't really feel their chemistry. I knew going into it, it wasn't really gonna be my favorite season. I'm still like an OG season 1 or Queen Charlotte. Honestly, I loved Queen Charlotte. And I feel like they included a lot of side stories on purpose in this season because I have a feeling they knew it wasn't gonna be everyone's favorite season, because I think there's a lot more side story going on than usual, and I am loving it. I'm here for Francesca. I'm also here for the mom finding some love, honestly. I'm not really like loving it. I'm enjoying it, but more for like the side characters than Penelope and Colin's story. I don't know. I don't feel like chemistry with them. Finished that this morning. Excited to see what part 2 holds. You guys, I mentioned in the weekend vlog that I was finally watching Star Wars, and let me just tell you guys, I love it so much. I always thought for some reason, like with sci-fi and space, it was gonna be really hard to understand because I was confused by Dune. I was a little confused by Lord of the Rings. Star Wars is so easy to understand, so take this as your sign if you haven't watched it because you're like scared you're not going to understand it. You will. It's so good. I don't usually like watching older movies, like in terms of just like the movie quality, honestly, but they're just like really nostalgic feeling, and I really enjoyed them. Matt was saying that I have never, like if Matt's like, oh, I want to watch this movie, like I'll watch it with him, but I'm never like, oh, let's watch the next one, you know? I'm kind of just like, okay, let's see if he brings it up again. Like with Lord of the Rings, I'm like, I have no intention right now of finishing the rest of the series. But with Star Wars, every day I'm like, can we watch the next movie? Can we watch the next movie? So good. I'm really enjoying them. And I did have some knowledge of Star Wars before watching them, just because like my dad would watch them growing up, and then of course like Galaxy's Edge and being in the parks and stuff. I have some knowledge in terms of like the Rebels, you know, I already knew the famous scene of like Darth Vader being Luke's dad and all that stuff. We're doing 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, so number 6 or episode 6 is the next one we need to watch. So anyways, I'm really loving them. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous, but I really love them. And they're like the perfect length. I found Lord of the Rings to be really long. The Empire Strikes Back was 2 hours, which was like kind of like my max for a movie is 2 hours. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Let me see what else was on my list to like chat about today. I also got the dogs a bubble machine because Stella loves bubbles, and there was one on sale on Amazon, so I picked it up, and I got some like dog safe bubbles. And, I mean, I'm sure you could use regular bubbles, but I just got like non-toxic dog safe bubbles. They also make like bacon flavored ones, but I couldn't find them in Canada. So we're gonna unbox that. and see if the dogs enjoy that, and then just have like a nice evening. We've obviously been using the grill a ton. I feel like we never cook inside anymore. Weather definitely feels more summer than spring right now, but it won't last. It'll definitely go back to like more like 70s weather, but right now it's like in the 90s. So definitely not normal for spring here. I mean, we definitely have some hot days, but gonna enjoy this nice weather while it decides to, you know, like stay around. Maybe just do a little bit of computer work like on the business side. I do have a bank appointment today at 4, which I can just like walk to. So that's like the only thing I really have to do today. Let's spend a nice happy spring day at home together, and I'm excited to hang out with you guys for the day. I'm gonna go put a t-shirt on though because I'm like actually sweating. Alrighty, you guys, just did a little bit of admin work for about an hour and a half. Busy time of year, so I was just kind of doing some life admin work, which I love. Got my to-do list done. This week I split it up into personal, meetings, business, and content to shoot, and I really liked doing it that way. And then I have a separate to-do list I can't share with you guys. This is my work to-do list. I keep that separate just because, I don't know, I like to have like work separate from business. I saw that Hollister was having a sale, and I don't really shop at Hollister a lot. However, I was going through my bathing suits, and something I've realized in the last few years is I used to always buy smaller sizes and be like, oh, I'm gonna fit into it one day. But then in the moment, I would feel so uncomfortable wearing it because it was like so tight and like all that stuff, especially with bathing suits. And this year I decided, like, respectfully, fuck it. Like, I'm buying the size that I am now, and like that's okay. For example, a lot of my bottoms are mediums because I was always like, well, they're a little snug now, but like they'll fit if I like lose some weight. And I'm just like over that mindset. So I decided I was gonna order bathing suits that fit me now and now only. And Hollister had some really cute ones, so I just got 2. I don't like need to have a ton of bathing suits, but because we live near the beach now, we're gonna do lots of beach days and swimming in the river. So I ordered 2 bathing suits from them in a large, and I'm like, it's okay to be a large. It's okay. I'm tall and I'm like a size 10, so like it's okay. And this is your sign to buy clothes that fit you now. And I haven't really done this in a while, but a lot of my bathing suits are like 3, 4, 5 years old from Aerie, but I was always buying like what I wanted to fit into instead of buying something that would fit me now. And then I never wanted to wear a bathing suit because it was like kind of tight and uncomfortable. And I think I want to finally do my chaos gardening, which is like kind of like this thing that's blowing up online. And chaos gardening sounds like it was made for me because I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's basically where you just like mix a bunch of like flower seeds and then you just plant them and like see what happens. And we have an old galvanized tub that I was originally gonna use for my herb garden, but then I did research that you're not supposed to use like galvanized tubs for herb gardens just because like the metal and stuff can like seep into the herbs in the soil. So I'm gonna use that as my like chaos gardening little bucket. That way it can't really spread because I've heard wildflowers can spread like crazy. So I think that's my plan for today. I have all the seeds. I just need to go get some more soil. And yeah, this weekend we can hopefully do the herb garden. I got a few people DMing me being like, can you do some gardening vlogs? And like, honestly, I have no clue what I'm doing. But if you're looking for gardening vlogs, highly recommend Allison Bickerstaff. You guys probably already follow her. She does a ton of gardening content and like just lifestyle stuff, like very homebody vibes. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna include it in the vlogs, and if I mess up, it is what it is. Everyone was a beginner at some point in any hobby or any journey they go on. So that's the plan. I'd love to just spend some time outside and read, and we'll see where the day takes us. But I have to go get more soil. I kind of underestimated how much soil I would need, and I had cardboard rocks and sticks in the tub to like help as filler, but I still need more soil. So anyways, I'm gonna go change into some like workout like clothes just to take the dogs for WALK, and then maybe we'll do some gardening this morning before it gets too hot out. I don't know, we'll see what the plan is, but I'm just in a chatty mood. I missed you guys so much. I just took the dogs for a walk. It's about 11:30. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of a hodgepodge lunch. I have to grab a bigger plate. Matt made this dill pickle pasta salad this week. It's so good. Protein pasta, I don't know, pickle, sour cream, cheese, onions, pickle pieces. So good. I love a good cold pasta salad in the summer. It's like an easy meal prep. Got some cucumbers. I've got some baguette pieces here that I'm going to eat with edamame dip. I guess I could have just made a little sandwich, but then I also have some turkey and cheese. So I'm just gonna do kind of like a little adult lunchable, if you will. We finally got our ice machine working in the fridge, which is so exciting. So now we have crushed ice. I'm just gonna have a little bit of lemonade. Matt put some mint extract in here, so it'd be kind of like a little bit of a mint julep. So really refreshing. This looks so yummy. I'm so excited to eat this pasta salad. I feel like the longer you leave pasta salad throughout the week, the better it gets. Like the sauce kind of like soaks into the pasta. So good.
Now, fun fact.
Hi friends, hello. I feel like every time I go to film like a home vlog on my day off, it's hard because my days off are also like work days for like social media and stuff. And some days I don't have a lot to do and some days I do. And today was one of those days where I had a lot and I didn't realize it. I totally forgot I had an immersion call today with a brand, which is basically just when like you're immersing yourself in a brand for like an upcoming campaign. So there's like briefing calls, which is like when they're giving you like what they want you to talk about and stuff, which doesn't happen often. And sometimes there's like educational calls. So because I'm working with Aperol, I can't believe I'm saying that. That's so cool. It's so on brand for me, I feel like. They had a call with like how to make the perfect Aperol for like when you share it in your reel. So I had that call and then my manager just called me because there was some feedback and I had to redo a reel for a campaign. So I've just spent the last little bit doing that and it's already 2 o'clock. Also my chaos gardening. We're gonna see how it goes. Obviously today's like not the exciting part because I just planted it, but I ran to the store, got some more soil. Luckily our grocery store down the street has it. And then I bought a lot more seed packs, but because it's just like a galvanized tub and it's not like a really long big garden, I didn't want to like overcrowd the space. And even then, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm a total beginner and you got to just try it to learn, in my opinion. So if I planted too many flowers, oh well. If I didn't plant enough, we can plant more. So I did that, but I'm like such an instant gratification person. I'm like, I just want the flowers now. You know what I mean? But wanted to share some book stuff with you guys. I feel like we haven't chatted about books in so long. So I have finished 4 books this month. No, 5. One of them I returned back to the library and I'm going to chat all about them in my monthly reset. But at a quick glance, this is what I've read so far this month. I gotta say, and a lot of you guys agreed with me on Instagram, this was really overhyped in my opinion. To be nice, I'll give it 2 stars. It was not for me. It was not for me. And if that was for you, I love that. I can understand how you would like that. It was like meant to be boring in an artistic way. And it was an accurate description of depression, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't for me. So finished that. And then this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year because I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I was very excited to finally get my hands on this from the library. It's Holly Jackson's newest book, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. And I liked it. This follows our female main character. Her name is Belle, and she basically is like living in the shadow of her mother. Her mother, Rachel Price, disappeared like 16 years ago, and she's always lived in the shadow of her missing mom. It's always like, oh, Rachel's daughter, or like, oh, Belle, her mom went missing. This book starts with the case being brought back up in a true crime documentary, and they're kind of following the family around to see what happened or get their side of the story. And then her mom actually just like reappears from the presumed dead, presumed missing, and they're trying to kind of figure out how she went missing, if there was attempted murder involved, like who wanted her to go missing. And it was a really unique premise, and I honestly really enjoyed it. It was just about 80 to 100 pages, too long in my opinion. The middle really dragged for me, and for that I'm just trying to see what I ended up giving it. I want to say it was like around a 3.5, 3.5 star. Yeah, 3.75 star. The beginning caught me right away. I was so entranced in the book. I started this on the holiday Monday and I finished it Tuesday morning. Like I spent the entire day off work reading this book. I could not put it down. Then I got to the middle and I was kind of like, I'm not like super into this. But I was really excited to see what the end was and the twist. And I don't know if it's because it's a YA book. I probably should have started with that. It's a YA thriller. But the twist was the like simplest thing you could have thought of. And I don't know if that's because it's YA, like it's supposed to be easier to understand. I just feel like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder wasn't the easiest twist to figure out. And so I was pretty disappointed with the twist and turn, honestly. Like, it was just like insanely predictable. Yeah, the execution just fell a little bit flat for me, but overall I would recommend it. Just like go into it knowing the middle is a little bit slow, but I still had a really fun time reading it. So those are my two kind of most recent reads. I'll kind of save the rest for my monthly like reading wrap up in the reset. I'm currently reading The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, I believe. She's the one that wrote, nope, The Heiress is what I'm reading. The Villa was her last book. She's a hit or miss thriller author for me, kind of like a lot of thriller authors, but so far I'm really liking it. It's upstairs and I'm like maybe 5% into it. I don't have much to say on that yet. However, I did the other day start Bad Cree by Jessica Johns, which is funny because it's actually our like in real life book club's pick for next month, but I had started it before book club and then they were like, oh, this is our next book, and I was like, shut up, I'm like 20% of the way through this already. So love when that happens. It's an Indigenous horror debut novel, and I love to read as much of like Canadian local Indigenous authors as I can, or just like reading about Indigenous. This won a ton of awards. This is an Indigenous horror book about a girl named Mackenzie. She's our female main character. She's a Cree millennial. She's living in Vancouver. This book kind of starts, she's having a nightmare about this crow, and she wakes up with like, I believe it's a crow head in her hand. Long story short, but she keeps bringing back these items from her dreams, and these dreams have a lot of like similarities and connections to her older sister who passed away. And so there's kind of a component of like grief in this as well. And it just says, as Mackenzie's life spirals into a living nightmare, crows are following her around and she's getting texts from her dead sister. It becomes clear that these dreams have terrifying real life consequences. Mackenzie returns to her small Alberta hometown, and together they try to uncover what is haunting Mackenzie before something happens to anyone else around her. Haunting, fierce, and an ode to female relations and the strength found in kinship, Bad Cree is a gripping, arresting debut by an unforgettable voice. So I have to say I'm really intrigued by it so far. It's totally immersed me, and I just can't stop thinking about this book, and I feel like I'm gonna binge it and finish it in the next few days. Those are kind of like all the reading updates. Then I have a little book haul for you guys. Can I do this with one hand? Oh, I can. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I did a really exciting bookstore shopping and vlog campaign over on TikTok. Have a little book haul for you guys. If you've read any of these, let me know which one I should read first. First, we have Seven Summers by Paige Toon. I want to say I've read another one of her books. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I recognized the name when I was at the store, and I was looking specifically for like a beachy read because like I said, we have the beach like 10 minutes away from us in the river. So I'm really excited to be like a beachy girl now by the cover. So picked this up. It says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 summer to change it all. And I was like absolutely sold. I just love a good, oh, and Abby Jimenez actually wrote a little blurb on this. And Carly Fortune. Okay, so that's how you know it's gonna be hopefully a good book. Then When We Lost Our Heads by Heather O'Neill has been on my literary fiction list for a little bit to pick up, and this cover is just absolutely stunning. This just sounds so cool. It says, a page-turning novel that explores the terrifying power of the human heart when it can't let someone go. Marie Antoine is the daughter of the richest man in 19th century Montreal. She has everything she wants except for a best friend. Until Sadie moves to the neighborhood, Mary and Sadie attract and repel each other, forced to separate by the adults around them. They spend years engaged in acts of innocence and excess. When a singular event brings them back together as young women, the effects will upend the city and change the course of history. So, sounds really good and interesting. I'm really curious to see what that's all about. And then the new Ruth Ware book came out, One Perfect Couple, and it's actually a signed copy, which is so cool. I don't own any signed, actually no, I do own a Twisted series and a Huang book signed, but I thought that was really, really cool. Ruth Ware is like an it girl in the thriller world, and I feel like once again, they're hit or miss for me, but I can't say no to a good new thriller read. This says it follows 5 couples trapped on a storm-swept island as a killer stalks among them. Theme here is like good summer reads, so looking forward to that. Then we've got The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. I had asked you guys on Instagram what your top read of the year was this year, because I feel like I've read close to 40 books. I've had 1 5-star read. I just feel like nothing's really been like hitting for me. Everything highly anticipated has kind of let me down. And so a lot of you guys said this, and then also the new Kristen Hanna book. Girl named Lauren, and she comes home one night and her husband opens the door, but she's not actually married, so she's super confused. And then I guess her husband goes to like change a light bulb in the attic, and a new husband comes down. Like the attic keeps like reproducing new husbands, and it seems kind of interesting, a little bit of magical realism in a literary fiction book. So I'm really curious to see what this is about. I've heard nothing but amazing things about The Warm Hands of Ghosts, and my library hold came right before our trip, and then obviously there's like a ton of people waiting for it, so I just didn't get the chance to read it. So I was like, you know what? I had a gift card. Let me just pick it up, and I'm really excited to read this. If you guys don't know what this is about, it's about a combat nurse who's searching for her brother who's believed to be dead in the Second World War, and there's kind of like some ghosty elements to this historical fiction novel. And I've heard really great things too about The Bear and the Nightingale, which is Catherine Arden's other books. I might have to check that out as well. Okay, it's one of those days where the sun is kind of like peeking in and out of the clouds, so it gets really dark in here and then really bright. But it's 2:20. I have about an hour and a half, and then I have that bank appointment just to open some more savings accounts for my business. But I realize it's just better to open a few at once. I might honestly just sit down and do some like scripting and stuff. So like get my monthly reset ready, get my budget video ready, write down anything I want to talk about. Business admin day, which I really don't mind. I like love it so much. And I also need to finish up some tax stuff. So I had submitted my taxes, and then we had forgotten about one thing, like my car. So when you have an incorporation, you can either have your car under your business name, or you can charge the business for use of the vehicle. So I'd say like 70% of my vehicle use is business, whether I'm like shooting brand deals, shooting videos, going to like the airport and stuff. And so every month I like take up all of my car costs between like gas, mileage, and then also repairs. And so like let's say that month I use 60% business, I take that total cost, times it by, you know, 60%, and then that's what I charge the business. So I have to go through and do all that for 2023 because I hadn't done any of it, and I knew I was forgetting something when I submitted my taxes, but we have until like June 30th, so not a big deal. And I'm already putting money in there too, just with like interest. I have to pay my HST for the quarter. Yeah, I have to do a lot of like admin work, which is not fun. That's why I don't really talk about it. I feel like it's kind of boring, but it's got to be done. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. That way I'm not really doing much work this weekend. I want to just have like a nice chill weekend at home, maybe film another vlog. I think that could be fun. Oh, the sun's coming back out now. So the girls are sleeping. The nice thing about the spring and summer is I don't have to really take them for lots of walks because they just love to play outside. So I'm going to get back to the computer now, but that's kind of like all the book updates that I have for you guys. Stella literally just wants to drink the liquid. Oh, there we go. Oh, get it, girl. Got them this cool bubble machine. Literally nobody cares about it, so that's great. All right, Matt is on dinner duty tonight, and I said I'd make us some alcohol-free spritzes. After I had that one in Toronto, I was determined to make a good alcohol-free spritz at home for like the weeknights. This alcohol-free orange bitters, and then I got this like Prosecco with no alcohol in it from Groovy. I'm gonna make some of these. I don't remember the last time I talked to you guys, probably before my bank appointment, honestly, but it's been 84 years. It has been 84 years. It was kind of a chaotic afternoon. I was going back and forth on the phone with my manager over just like some edits, and then I didn't forget I had a bank appointment. The time kind of crept up. So anyways, went to my bank appointment, and then as you guys saw, the bank was great.
Talk to us about your bank appointment.
I just went
so enthralled by a bank appointment.
I just went to open some savings accounts.
Yeah.
And then I took the long way home on the way back because I like to look at everyone's like front yards and their gardens and their flowers. I feel like people in the country just take really great care of their lawns and flowers. So I took the long way home, grabbed some clips, and then I set the bubble machine up for the dogs. And they
How long did that last for?
Did not care. Lila completely did not give a shit about it.
She's like, I want the squirrels.
Yeah, Lila was more interested in the squirrels and the bubbles. And then Stella only like didn't care about the bubble machine, but she wanted the bubbles when they were close to popping. Like the bubble machine would blow the bubbles, and then she would be like running around the deck trying to catch them. I think I'm gonna chalk it up to it was a little too windy. I'm gonna try again tomorrow, but they didn't really seem to care too much. So that was a little bit of a bust. I'll probably just return the bubble machine. And we're making some dinner. We've had chicken marinating for 2 days, so hopefully it's good. Better be good. It's been marinating for 2 days. And you guys saw I just made some alcohol-free spritz. Can you try this and see if it's better than last time? Because last time I made them, you said they were watery. Oh, that's better.
Better.
That's way better.
Really
and then he
harder.
said he's gonna, you are grilling me with the questions. And then he's gonna cut the lawn, so we'll probably just kind of hang out outside. Maybe I'll read my book for a bit, and then I'm gonna edit this vlog tonight so that it can go up on Friday for you guys. So, very just like average day around here, honestly, but I know you guys love these vlogs. This is really good, honestly. It's not as bitter, I feel like, as Aperol is, but it's pretty close.